Hello and welcome to Listen Powergrip podcast. I'm your host Teemu Nissinen, and today our guest is one of the best female players in the game. Please welcome Kristin Tattar to Powergrip podcast.
Hey, hello. Thanks for having me.
PG Podcast.
First of all, let's start with basic questions. Who are you and where do you come from?
Well, I'm a disc golfer and I come from Estonia. And I'm also a mom. I'm also a girlfriend. And I'm many things, but I guess I'm known for being a disc golfer.
And you live in Pärnu, I believe. Pärnu,
Yes,
Estonia.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
You are from Pärnu originally?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always been living in Pärnu and still love the place.
I do. It's a beautiful small town.
I'm interested to hear that how you discovered disc golf.
I discovered disc golf through my friends, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I know one of them. Well, I used to be a cross-country skier, and one of the friends back then, I think he moved to Finland, actually, where disc golf was super popular. And he discovered disc golf, and I don't know how, but it infiltrated to Estonia, and then one day I was asked to try. I was not good at it at all, but it was so much fun. So that's why I went back to the course, tried to beat my record and stuff, and somehow it grew out from there.
And what year was that?
I think I first tried it at 2013, but then it was right before the winter. So
Okay.
I think then I obviously didn't play, and I started 2014.
So in a sense, long time, but still not too long time.
Not too long.
And you started, was there already a disc golf course at Pärnu when you started?
Yes, actually, at that time when I started to play, I lived in another town.
Okay.
At that time, but there were a couple of courses, and the one in Pärnu, it's I think it's one of the first that was built in Estonia.
Okay.
And there were a few courses with 9 holes and very short, but it was a lot of fun.
I also know that you're one of the rare ones that you throw a lot of sidearm and backhand. Mm-hmm. When you started, I'm interested. Did you started play mostly sidearm, or did you work backhand first?
I started out with the sidearm because, at first I tried the backhand. Somebody just showed me the motion, how to do it, but nobody was smart enough to actually teach me how to do it. So I tried it, but it was more like putting, because I didn't know I have to rotate my shoulders and hit with your elbow and stuff. So that was all too complicated, and the disc didn't fly at all. And then all of a sudden, I think we actually had finished the round. Somebody told me, oh, and you can go this way as well, doing the sidearm thing. And I tried it, and it actually flew on the first throw. I mean, it wasn't far, but it was a lot better than the backhand.
Yeah.
So then I stuck with the forehand. It was obviously, it just flew further, and it was a lot more accurate. But I think a year later, I watched some rare YouTube videos. There weren't a lot back then. And I just was watching people throwing the backhand, and I learned that way because, I said, there was nobody to teach me.
But basically, if nobody would have told you how to throw sidearm, maybe you were just started to be excited of the game. So I guess you got the bug there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do sidearm, and new record.
It was exciting. It was definitely exciting because I saw the disc fly. It was something else. So I was there was a light bulb going. Yeah.
But I guess disc golfers, we're just chasing the perfect flight. So that's what get us hooked to the sport.
Exactly.
Do you remember what was your first disc?
It was Valkyrie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not surprised that it was a driver.
Yes, it was a Valkyrie, and it flew so well. And I putted, I did the approach shots with the Valkyrie and everything.
Yeah.
It worked for everything.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a very typical way. Start with the driver and then later on. And then when you introduce the sport to the next ones, then you say like, you should start with a mid-range or putter, but yeah.
I do. And I actually rented the disc. So like for the first, I don't know how many months, I went and rented the Valkyrie all the time from the sports center. I didn't have my own disc, so I knew there was this white Valkyrie, and I just took that one and went to the course.
Oh, okay. Did you had to pay about that rent? Was it like €5 each time?
I think it was like, I can't remember. I want to say it was for free.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Podcast.
Before disc golf, did you work competitive on other sports? You mentioned the cross-country skiing. Was that your main thing?
Yes, it was. I definitely was like thinking about Olympics and stuff, and it was my dream as a kid. Okay. And I made it to the Estonian national team during like the youth national team. Yeah. Then I had like some problems with my health and my heart and stuff, so I could not continue. But now, well, at that time I was very heartbroken. It was very, very difficult time for me emotionally, and I was sort of lost because I didn't know what to do. I had always visioned myself like doing sports, and then when you are nearly 20, then you think, oh my God, I can't do any sports anymore because I'm too old. I have to start. I mean, you have to start when you're young, obviously, with cross country or anything. You can't be a gymnast when you're like 20 plus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but then, I mean, when one door closes, another one opens. Somehow I got involved with disc golf. I think everything went the way it's supposed to go. Yeah. And by the way, congratulations to all the Finnish people. Teemu Nissinen won gold today in 15K Classic.
Yeah. That's a pretty badass sport. Yeah, I guess. What time or moment you thought about that you could actually be a professional disc golfer? So now you found out the Valkyrie and you did that with a few years, and when you actually started to think about, okay, I'm pretty good at this.
I'm pretty good at this. Well, I've never had this thought actually. Like, okay. Me thinking, wow, I'm really good. No,
but was it for you that you just started playing tournaments and then you went year by year pretty much, and then all the pieces have come together? As simple as that?
Yes, it's basically like that because, well, in 2014, I entered Estonian nationals because my friends really were pushing me, and I was super, super shy. I didn't know the rules and stuff, but I still went. And I actually won in playoff, so I got the title. And then I was like, okay, maybe I should give it a go. And the next year I already played I have to check the PDJ, but maybe 20 tournaments or stuff. I just went nuts. And I thought, okay, this is my chance to do sports again. And I've always been in love with sports. So that was like my outlet, and it was very, very nice. And it's just... Yeah, over time it got bigger and bigger. The events got bigger, and I think all my friends have really encouraged me because I don't think I had that much self-belief, and I didn't think I was capable of doing the stuff that I have been doing. So I have to be very grateful for all the beautiful people around me who have pushed me in right moments.
In the first, I guess you played only in Estonia and mainly there. And when you started to do international stuff?
Well, actually, I think the following year I might have gone to Latvia and Lithuania. We had this Baltic Sea tour. But I mean, it's basically in Estonia. You know. Yeah. But I think in 2016, that's when I was in European Championships in Oulu.
Yeah.
And that's where I got the 4th place. And that was also a step forward for me. And in 2017, I did the US trip already.
Okay. So but eventually it kind of happened fast. Then you started to play locally, and then next year already like somewhat internationally in Europe, and then obviously the European Championships, and then you started already looking to states and these other tournaments. So pretty fast forward.
PG Podcast.
So you and your boyfriend Silver Lat have this disc golf academy in Estonia. So first of all, like what kind of services you guys provide, and previously has that been the main job to get some money to able to travel states and other tournaments?
I have to say yes. I mean, for me, up until 2018, I had like a day job as well. I've had like multiple jobs and I've balanced everything. So it hasn't been always for me like only disc golf. I've had like stuff to worry about. But in 2018, I was willing to take the step and leave my job and take off that security blanket, if you can say that. And then we started to do like group trainings, which Silver had been doing for several years up until then, and did clinics and stuff, and everything has been around disc golf, like organizing tournaments here in Estonia. So this is what Disc Golf Academy is all about.
So basically all the other time that you were not in states or maybe in big tournaments in Europe, US Silver, you guys did clinics and tournaments and, raised fund for the next trip. So it was just raise funds for the trip, then states, and then no money left back home, do the job again.
That was up until I won my first major. Up until then, all the money that we earned, it went to disc golf. And I mean, even if there were some good results, I don't think we got it all back, And but now, as the contracts are getting better and the support system is better, there's more money in disc golf. There are more people in disc golf. We can like breathe more easily now. So it's not as important to always do it.
But I think it was just 3-4 years ago. It was just like you basically did it by the love of the game and passion for it. So you were like willing to sacrifice pretty much everything to it, even though there was no paycheck waiting. You mentioned earlier that your dream was always to be somewhat like professional athlete on something. So I guess you took that road now in disc golf, and eventually everything paid off. But I guess for many other people, it takes a lot to quit the job and go full out, because it's easy to be comfortable at home. So I guess hats off for that.
It was very hard, and I wouldn't have done it without Silver. He was the main person who was by my side, reassuring me everything will be fine, we'll be okay, and you're a good player, you should focus on playing, and I'm so lucky he was there. I've said it before. I think it's just when you look back, then you see why all these steps were necessary and why it worked out like that. But when you're in the moment, of course, you have your doubts and stuff, but it will all work out.
I guess it's not the best thought when you're on tour and you're thinking about, okay, I have to make this putt to survive for the next week.
Oh, yeah. Don't want to think about it.
About the academy, any future plans with it? And is teaching something that you would like to do after the disc golf career?
Well, with Disc Golf Academy, I think we would obviously like to grow. We would like to have our own place. Right now, we don't have our own place. I think it should be somewhere in Tallinn. And maybe if we can set up a place there, maybe we could grow even all over Europe, have like PG Academy, like ambassadors somewhere. It's a fun idea to have in your head, but obviously right now I can't like commit full time to make that necessary step forward. But these are the things that we are discussing with Silver, and obviously when we are not like competing, like doing like 20 tournaments a year, we can maybe think about it more seriously.
But I think it's like you guys have run it already a few years, and it's one of those, I don't say backup plans, but like after the disc golf career, there is already something put it in place, so it's easy to continue, and you guys have all the necessary skills to even grow that even bigger if you're willing to do so.
Yes, so we definitely see ourselves like involved with disc golf. Don't really have another dream at the moment.
PG Podcast.
I guess you have already got some questions about the new contract that you signed with Latitude 64, and all the terms were very openly brought up to the public, and it got lots of attention in States and in Europe, of course. I would like to know a little bit, what does this contract mean for your career and tournaments that you will attend? Are you going to stay next 4 years mainly in States, or how's that looking?
Well, first of all, the contract, even for me, it was quite a big surprise. I think as it was for the whole world, disc golf world.
Because you were like middle of your current contract, so there was it wasn't about to end after the. Was it already till end of 2022, the previous contract?
Yes, exactly. So I knew I'd still have like my old contract, but I was approached by Latitude 64, and this offer was made, and obviously, my heart like skipped a beat for a moment, and I thought through, okay, can I commit for 4 more years? Because I don't want to do just, I got this contract and I'm gonna just, I don't know. I want to deliver. I want to give my best, and I know it's a lot of work and it's a lot of effort, and for me it's also a lot of planning between like family stuff, and so I didn't like scream yes in a second. I thought about it, and I came to the conclusion that I should continue doing what I love, and I am willing to commit for at least 4 more years. And we'll see what happens. But for me, what it means to have more money is to be able to compete more in the States, where obviously all the eyes are over there, and all the promotion and stuff are around Disc Golf Pro Tour and the majors. So yes, you will be seeing me on the US Tour a lot more, but I will do some of the competitions in Europe as well, European Open, for example.
Is the plan more or less to do these 8 to 12 weeks stints in the beginning, then coming maybe in midsummer, be here, play here, like Euro Pro Tours, European Open, and then later the season also like a 2-3 month stint?
Yes, well, I will start off with a month and a half or around 1 month in the US, then I'll come back home for 2 weeks just to get some rest, and then go back for the PDGA Championships.
Okay.
I think it was the new major. And a couple more events. And then I'll have like a bigger break in May and June, where it's possible to do some like European competitions. I know that there will be one in Järva. I've never played there before, but I've heard wonderful stories. I know. And I know I'm missing out. That's why I want to go there. And
definitely.
I'll obviously go to US Women's and do some tournaments around that too. And obviously the busiest time will be like August, September, and early October, where I will spend these months in the US.
What kind of company you're going to travel with? I assume at least Silver, but is there anybody else joining to Estonian
Yes,
crew.
this year Kristin Tattar will join us as well. She is the newest member in Latitude 64 family, and she will be touring as a pro for the first time. So I'm very excited to show her around, and very excited that our party is bigger.
So it's 3 of you guys. So we'll do all these 3 trips together. Okay.
Yep.
And obviously, you and Silver know all the places. So I think that's also wonderful in a way, because there is now new energy and somebody who sees all these courses and all these cities for first time. So I guess it will also give more energy to you guys as well. So because when you see the same tournaments and same cities year after year, then see somebody's very excited to see everything first time. So
yes, I'm very excited for her, and it's just I guess it feels more home when there are more people. And I saw that there are a lot more Europeans on tour as well, so maybe we can like hang out with them as well. It feels, like I said, more home, and I think it's, at least for me, it's very important.
And I think now it's actually great that I believe in Finland there will be anywhere between 5 to 10 people attending multiple tournaments in states. Henna and Evelina will be there. Then there's at least 4 European women, and then like Linus Karlsson from Sweden. So I guess you guys should be aware what's coming.
We'll see.
Yeah. They have been comfortable for years. So I guess we'll see where it goes.
PG Podcast.
Your signature disc have been the Opto and Gold X Pure. Are we going to see more Kristin Tattar signature discs in the future?
Well, there's a Grace also, and there will be maybe another Grace with another very cool stamp. You just, stay tuned and be on the lookout.
Okay. So Pure and a Grace is your choice.
Yes, these are my favorite discs. So, and I've seen people, I mean, they love those too. I guess they fly good for everyone, and I'm very happy for that.
So you used a lot of the Grace last year. I guess you fell in love on that disc.
Yes, I did.
Got the successful year with it, so I guess it haven't been that bad. What about touring in states? Obviously, you and Silver have been one of the most active European touring players in states. I guess you guys have done it already like 4 or 5 years in a row. Do you have any tips for other European players that are thinking to start playing more tournaments there, or they are now coming this year first time, and what they should take consideration while planning such tour?
Well, I think you should definitely, if you know a touring pro in the US, it's always good to like contact them, and maybe they can like accommodate you or just help you in any way. Typically, all the players are very helpful, like towards each other, and they're helping them out. I know our planning was for the first years, it was pretty tough. I'll just tell you, don't pick the cheapest hotel. It's not like in Europe. I mean, in Estonia, if I take the cheapest room, it's usually fine.
Okay.
It's just cheap, but like in the US, it's no good. It's
Hotel 6 is pretty damn good.
Don't pick that one. And I mean, over the years, we've developed a plan where to like eat and stuff. We don't we just don't go like anywhere. We know where to eat and stuff, but it's usually it's good to do like the first year with somebody that you know, and then after that you can decide if you want to do it alone or whoever. It's a lot different than in Europe.
And I think for many players it's always exciting to go there, but it's such a difference. So I don't know how many Europeans would love to, example, move there. So it is. Have you ever thought about like moving in States? Because if you really want to attend multiple tournaments, have that ever crossed on your mind?
Well, I've tried to think about it, and at least for now, I have to say no. I do like it here in Europe, and I've thought about maybe moving to a warmer place in Europe sometimes. But I also like the 4 seasons that we have, like you as well. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a nice thing to experience. And so far it has worked out for me very well to like make several trips to the US and not like be there all year round. There's something about home and friends that I really enjoy here. And just the climate as well. But obviously there are some beautiful places in the US that I haven't seen that might be like good to live at, but
so obviously, because you have played already many different tournaments there, what are the tournaments, courses and cities that you like the most in States, and what are your favorite ones?
The Disc Golf Pro Tour has really changed over the last couple of years, and I would say that any Disc Golf Pro Tour event that you attend, I want to say it's good. I mean, it was very well ran. I loved it. All the help and how the courses were set up, and it was a joy to play, and I didn't feel disappointed at any stop. But for me personally, I'd say the favorite has been Vermont and the Green Mountain Championship, just because the scenery was so beautiful, and it just felt very home to me, and I really liked it over there. It was very nice.
The Worlds are next year there, so I guess you're waiting for that.
Yes, and I played my first Worlds in Vermont, so that was a very nice experience.
What are your favorite stops in Europe, and what are your favorite courses here?
Well, I would have to say Nokia, definitely. There's something very majestic about that tournament, European Open. I even get like shivers thinking about it. It's always like very well ran, like the Disc Golf Pro Tour now. I really like Konopiste in Czech Republic. It's very beautiful. But usually whenever I go, also Sula in Norway. It's just beautiful. And but all the Scandinavian courses have been wonderful, I feel like. And whatever course I've played in Norway or Sweden, it has been wonderful. So,
Comparing the States, I guess our courses are very different comparing to the States. Yes, there is maybe, I think Vermont is probably close to your heart because it actually looks like Scandinavia in a way,
Yes.
Green everywhere and then wooded and stuff like that. So it is a bit different than maybe like in somewhere like Vegas or these tournaments when it's like just golf courses and desert and all that stuff. So it is very different.
PG Podcast.
Do you have any players in your mind that you're like looking forward to grow and take the next step in this year? Which players we should keep our eye on?
Definitely. I'm very interested in how the Europeans do in general, because there's so many of them there. And this is a question that's asked from me a lot. And even when I was the only like European woman there, people were asking me, when will the other Europeans come over here and how they will do? And I was like, I don't know. So this year we will see, and I will be like cheering for everyone. I'm very interested to see Lauri Lehtinen and Linus Karlsson and all the other like young guns out there. I know that there are so many of them. They're all like looking very strong, and I hope that they are mentally tough enough. This will be a very, very good year for them to understand what it's all about and maybe grow that mental toughness, during the competitions.
you have had like athletic background, so I guess you have always been competitive. What was it for you in the beginning with hard to kind of go states and compete with these, I would say, disc golf legends, in a way, like Katrina and Paige, and players that easily like you look up when you kind of grow and you start planning these tournaments. Was it ever hard to you, or was it just like, okay, I'm going there and I'm doing my thing?
It's difficult to say. I mean, on one end, it was easy because I had absolutely no expectations on myself. Okay. I was like, oh, it's just fun to be here and I'll see how it goes. And then, and of course, all these like more experienced players, you set them up on a pedestal. And you're like looking up on them. And then when you're like getting close to them, you're like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't play as like this good or something. So, I mean, obviously there were like moments where I should have been like thinking differently or not thinking at all. You know, like just be in the moment, be in present and just do your thing and don't think. But obviously we're human beings. We're not robots. We're always thinking about something. Yeah. And it's tough, but it comes over time. You as you like experience these moments, you learn to be more present, just focus on your shots and do what's necessary. So. And
how big, because your first big win in States was the major, and that was end of 2019, I believe. Yes. Okay. Now last year you were in States and you won at least 2 tournaments in a row, or was it, or even 3? You won the reserve and then was it the D-Glow or something?
D-Glow, yeah. And then I won an 8-tier and a silver series disc golf tournament. Okay. Yeah, so 4 in total. Yeah.
But what was it when you won the major? I guess then you realized that okay, I can actually win every these tournaments. Like it was that like a big relief that okay, now I can. This is a thing that I can achieve, and now you can somewhat expect that do good.
Yeah, it's funny because actually before that, the U.S. women's, I had this feeling that I was going to win. I don't know. I just had this feeling inside me before the tournament. It's easy to say now, but I honestly did have this feeling that, oh my gosh, I might win. And then I have to go to the USDGC. I was thinking about these things and I did actually win. And I did go to the USDGC. Okay. And I saw a dream before D-Glow that I was going to win. And I did win. So that was very funny. I was just thinking about these things. But for me, winning these tournaments like last year, D-Glow and Preserve, it was way more important for me because thanks to COVID, there was such a big gap between the last big win and these wins now. So I wasn't sure if I was still in it, you know. Yeah, okay. If I would have been able to like continue like the normal disc golf career after 2019, then it would have been maybe a little bit different. But I mean, these couple tournaments showed me that if I focus and if I train and all this work will pay off, and I'm still in it. So it was fun. Yeah.
So I guess that's very encouraging as well for other Europeans that are thinking to go there, that just go there, experience and just believe your skill sets and especially when you get the first win, then it's getting easier in a way. And,
it is. Yeah, definitely.
PG Podcast.
Do you have some last words for your fans?
Well, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has like messaged me over time or supported me in any way, like buying my discs or coffee or disc dots or whatever merch there's out there. Yeah, you guys have been wonderful, and it always lights me up when I see all the positive comments and stuff. It's very encouraging and gives me a lot of like positive energy. So thank you for that.
Perfect. I want to thank you, Kristin, for joining Powergrip podcast, first of all, and then also all the listeners. that are here every week. I would not do these without all the listeners. And again, thank you, Kristin, and all the listeners. We continue next Friday. So see you then.
Yeah, kiitos.